y the subject of this formula. In other words, at the end of it, I want to have y equals. I won't get a numerical value, a number value for y, because I don't know what x is. So x is going to be also in my answer. So that's rearranging formula, or changing the subject of formula, this is called. Okay, so I do it the exact same way I would solve an equation. So if this was just 2, instead of 2x, I would subtract it from both sides, perhaps. But it's 2x, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And draw a line underneath. So that will get rid of the x on this side, the x on this side, and I've got 3y still here, equal sign, and I have 12 take away 2x. Now these are unlike terms, so they can't be combined in any other way than just do 12 minus 2x. Now some of you will think, okay, and you're more than welcome to think this, okay, if you can just move this to the other side if you want, and the 2x turns to minus 2x, just the same thing. And then we have the final step. I don't want 3 y's, I want a singular y. I just want y equals. So how do I get rid of the 3 times y? Well, I divide both sides by 3. So everything gets divided by 3 on this side. And that is my final answer. Now I could tidy this up a little bit. You can divide 3 into 12, but I'm okay with you just leaving it like that. And that's it. So just solving, doing the same process of solving. It's just a little bit more complicated because there's letters involved. Let's look at the second one. Okay. Once again, we want to make y the subject here. First step, if I was solving this, I want the 5 away from the y. So I'm going to get the 5 onto this side of the equals. So I'm going to subtract it from both sides. So I have x minus 5 is equal to negative c y. What's my next step?
Divide by negative c.
Divide by negative c, yeah. So I could divide by negative c. So if that was negative 5, I'd divide by negative 5. So I'm dividing by negative c, because I know that negative c fits into negative c once. Even though I don't know what number it is, if it's the same number, it'll divide in once. And now I have a solution here. X minus 5 all over negative c is equal to y. Some people don't like the negative in the denominator. If you want, you can bring it into the numerator, but it's okay for now to leave it like that. I'll do one final example. C is equal to m over z, and I want to make z the subject of this one. So it's in a tricky position, z, so how do I get it out of the divisor there? Yeah, multiply both sides by z. If I want to get rid of it dividing by z, so if this was dividing by 3, I'd multiply both sides by 3. So I multiply both sides by z. Because z fits into z, whatever it is, whatever number it was, it will fit into each other once. And now over here, I have cz is equal to m. C times z is equal to m. And now if I don't want c times z, I just want z, I have to divide by c. So just imagine their numbers if this is a bit confusing. If I had 3z and I want only 1z, I would divide by 3. So cz, I divide by c. The c's go into each other once, so I have 1z, and that is my answer, m over c. Sometimes there's some tricky ones if you have if you want to get rid of a square root. So if I have something like, let's do y plus 3 is equal to the square root of x, and I want to undo a square root, what can I do? Yeah, square both sides, because the opposite operation to a square root is squaring both sides. So if I square this side and square this side, square root and square will cancel, and then I have y plus 3 squared is equal to x. What about if I need to undo a square? So if I have x squared, and this is my final step, x squared is equal to 3. We would have done this before, or let's say 3y. And I want to get x on its own. What can I do for a final step here? Square root both sides, the opposite. But just be careful, if we square root, this is not correct. What have I missed out? If I square root both sides, is x going to be? No, not necessarily. This is not correct. If I square root both sides, there's something slightly wrong here. You spot it. Okay. 3 squared is 9. Yeah. What's minus 3 squared? Also 9. So the square root of 9 is both 3 and minus 3, isn't it? So it could be plus or the minus. So if you ever square root something, it could be plus or minus on the other side. So if you see one with squares in it, you need to undo it. In the harder examples, you'll have to put a plus minus in your answer. Okay, let's practice some of these. Yeah, loads of them, of course. Just do a selection. If you do one from each question,